What is going on, guys? It's Justin from the J Media back with another video. So the last few months there has been an interior carbon fiber piece on my RCF that had some clear coat fade. It's been bothering me quite a bit. If you guys are RCF owners, you guys might know what I mean, but let's show you guys what I mean by some clear coat fade on the interior pieces. So here is my 2017 Lexus RCF. So I've owned this car now for a few months. Whenever I got the car, interior pieces were fine, but let's go ahead and open up the car. So RCF does come with quite a few interior bits. Carbon fiber right here. Also have carbon fiber right here, as well as here. So if you guys pay attention over to the passenger side, yeah, looks like the clear coat is starting to peel. When I got this car from the Lexus dealership, this wasn't the issue, but over time, I'm not sure if it's because of the Texas heat or just clear coat that's fading over the years. But yeah, this gotta be fixed. So from what I've heard, a lot of the 2015 to like 2017, 2018 RCFs been experiencing this issue. I did some research on it a few years back. You could actually bring this to your Lexus dealership and they would replace it with a whole new window trim piece. I brought it to my local Lexus dealership and unfortunately they're not willing to fix it. It's not really covered under warranty or anything like that. Just to get your new pieces from Lexus, they're trying to charge you over $1,000, which is insane. There are companies that make replacement parts for these, aftermarket companies. I want to say you could get it done. Get a replacement set for about $300 to $500 US on each side. Still pretty pricey in my opinion. So the cheapest option would be to pretty much take what we have and fix it. Since it's a clear coat issue, should be able to sand it down, and then have your clear coat laid on it. But let's go ahead and remove this piece. So come around to the passenger side. It is pretty easy to remove these pieces. So you do need a plastic trim remover, and to kind of protect it you might want to use like a credit card or some card to go underneath. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so what you want to do is get your plastic trim remover piece, find a nice little corner and kind of wedge it in between and just slightly pry up. So just like that, pries right up, comes right off. There is a clip here, so you want to go ahead and carefully disconnect it. It's a push clip, just like that. Piece is off. And then since they'll be doing some work, some sanding down, I also want to remove this actual lock button. So what I'm going to do is, these are held on by clips, so you can really slowly pry these out with the same plastic trim remover tool. Okay, so like I said, they're just held on by some plastic tabs. So I use the same plastic pry tool, or you can use a flat tip screwdriver. And I just pried it right here on this side, right over here. Just pry it like so, and pops right out. So piece comes right off. You can leave this in the car, and all they'll need is this piece to pretty much get sanded down as well as re-clear coated. Oh, in the meantime, if you want to go ahead and connect this back, you can, just so you have your passenger side window to be up and down. Just gonna leave this here for right now. It's just gonna be ugly for a couple days, but you also do want to remove these 3 screws. 1, 2, and 3. This plastic piece comes right off, and then you have this piece where you could do all the work. But here's a close-up. It honestly wasn't this bad. It wasn't even existent when I had the car. And then just like I said, over time, I'm not sure if it's the clear coat or the resin, because over time it just got a little bit worse. It's almost like this bubble got a little bit worse. So the carbon fiber weave is not affected, but from what I've heard, whatever material that they use, whatever clear coat that they use, is over time just needs some touch up. So I could attempt this myself A lot of guys do the DIY, but what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna send it to my friend, his body shop, to get it done. If you want to do a DIY, there are videos on YouTube. You just sand it down and then re-clear coat it. I do have sandpaper and clear coat, but I do want it to look nice, so I'm gonna just send it to a shop. Depending on your local shop, I've got quotes anywhere from $50 to $100 to get one done. So yeah, I mean, it's not hard to do. Any body shop should be able to help you with this project. Alright, so let's head to my buddy's shop. It's a short little drive. He's a car enthusiast. He actually also had a Lexus GSF, which he just recently sold a few months ago, and he misses that car a lot. But yeah, you can even see even this side starting to have a little bit of peel around the edges. I'm gonna keep it for right now. Whenever it needs touching up and it bothers me a lot, then I'll get it done. The passenger side has been bad for a few months. It's been getting worse and worse, and it's been bugging me a lot, so I'll just go ahead and get it done. And did I forget to mention that I love my RCF? So right now it's been little over half a year of owning this car. I do install videos, but I don't talk too much about it because I daily drive the car, and besides install videos, I don't really do much. But yeah, I love this car. It's such a great car to drive. It's comfortable, it's sporty, it packs a punch when I want to. And I was really looking for sports luxury, so for sure it's the comfiest car that I've owned. It's just really nice all around. Only thing though, it's a V8, so you know, if any of you guys have daily drove a V8 before, you will know that it's quite a gas guzzler. So try to drive around in normal mode, but sometimes it's nice driving in sport mode, sport plus mode. So while I have fun, it's miles per gallon, not miles per gallon that I get. But yeah, I really love this car. Like I said, it's a clean car. Really, you know, you don't see too many RCFs on the road. If you do see a Lexus 2-door, it's probably an RC 350, RC 200T, but not as many RCFs on the road. And they're very capable cars. There are guys who track them, a little bit heavy, but my whole point is I just, you know, this is my daily driver. I just, you know, want to drive and go to work in style, and when I want to have fun, it packs a punch. You know, it grips pretty well, it's good power. So yeah, I'm really happy with the RCF. And came over here, my boy Roy brought out his clean Lexus IS 300 today. He has a bunch of cool clean builds, and this is one of them. So yeah, let's go ahead and head on in, drop off the part. And we made it here, over here to his shop. So we're gonna go ahead and drop off this part. So it'll probably be a few days. I think it's a 1 to 2 day turnaround. So whenever it's done, we'll come by and pick it up. And here's Roy's IS 300. Came up close to do a little walk around. So a lot of you guys might recognize this car if you're an OG here in Austin's car scene. His IS 300 is what a lot of guys know him for. He's changed quite a few colors over the years. The car is a little bit dirty right now. It is obviously not a car show, but it's just crazy to see this work of art out in the wild. Yeah, and he has a whole bunch of different cool builds as well. All the white color. He had a GSF, he has an S2000, this supercharged. He has a DC5 Type R. He has quite a few cool white cars. Recently, he also started this dry ice business, Clean Works. So if any of you guys need dry ice blasting, hit him up. Alright, so yeah, super cool. Right now I'm just gonna head back. Like I said, it should be a quick 1-2 day turnaround. He'll let me know whenever it's all done and ready to be picked up. Also, fun fact, we actually had the side mirrors picked up from Roy's old Lexus GSF. So his GSF for spotting these carbon mirrors, and now it's on my RCF. Also do have a titanium oil cap that we bought from him a few months back. Still haven't thrown on the car yet. Waiting to put it on whenever I have more engine bay parts. I am not trying to go crazy with this RCF build. It's more like a clean daily driver. That's the plan. So just some basic bolt-ons, you know, stuff to pretty it up on the inside and outside. So yeah, whenever I do throw on more goodies on the engine bay, right now it's all stock, then I'll throw on the titanium oil cap. Alright, and I can drive the RCF and not do pulls for you guys. So let's go ahead and switch to TVD mode, switch it to track mode. And then we come over here, turn the drive mode to Sport S mode, S Plus mode. And some guys like to use the pedal shifters, but honestly, in just D mode, I think it shifts a lot quicker. So yeah, let's do that. And whenever we get some clear road, we're gonna go ahead and turn. We can do a little pull for you guys. So the stock tires and stock wheels are what is on the car. On the normal driving grip's okay, but when you know, get pretty heavy on the gas, especially when you're turning, get a little squiggly, go a little sideways. Alright, no car, let's do a pull. Car's pretty quick. That's like 20, 25 to like 80. The car is heavy, so that's one downside, but the car gets up and goes. It's a 5-liter V8, same engine in the ISF, GSF, RCF, and the LC500. Right now it is the most powerful production engine that Lexus makes. You know, obviously if you're comparing it to like the Lexus LFA, you have your V10, but right now in current production this is the quickest engine. So yeah, depending on what year model RCFs, the new facelift models have a slight bump in power. Mine is a 2017, so it's the first gen, I guess you could say, but still we're looking at over 400 horsepower. I think it's 469 horsepower and 395 feet-pound torque, if I remember correctly. So definitely backs a punch. It pulls hard. What I also love is the high revving red line, 7300 red line, which, I mean, when it comes to V8s, you typically have a much lower red line, but that's one thing that they do well. Very nice refined tone as well. You know, a lot of guys might say, oh, just why don't I get a Mustang or Camaro or Challenger or Charger, but I feel like I love the Japanese cars, the JDM cars, and this is essentially your modern day Japanese muscle car, right? So yeah, definitely enjoy it a lot as a daily driver. Very nice and comfortable, but packs a punch when I wanted to. Alright, so just made it back home, and you guys will see the progress in a few days whenever I get it. So next clip will be a few days later whenever we pick up the part.
Several days later.
Okay, so before we have it clear coated, we actually need to take off this resin layer. So what I'm doing is I'm using a razor blade, and if you slowly go in between the bubble spot, it chips right off. So be real careful. Try to put it in between, and you can see how the bubbling kind of follows, and then it just chips right off. Just be careful, take your time, and once all this coating is off, then they can do clear coating on it. So one thing that I've noticed is whenever they use things resin, it's super thick layer, and it's pretty hard as well. So if you try to break it, it's a pretty hard layer. So I was able to use the razor to pretty much get off most of it. Also I'm wearing gloves because I cut myself a few times. Also would recommend some eye goggles if you have it, just to protect your eyes. but I pretty much got most of it off. It's only some of the edges as well as the siding that I still need to get off before I let my buddy clear coat it. So if you do have a Dremel, I would say you can use it, just be very cautious because you don't want to have it grind into the carbon fiber. Still recommend using a razor as much as you can, but for me at the very edge I'm having a little bit difficulty trying to get the razor in. So what I'm doing is use the Dremel, low speed, slowly try to kind of scuff off the edges and then use the razor to pry it off. So this is quite a tedious process, but like I said, I was able to scrape off most of it with the razor, so it's just little edges left. I say I'm a good 90% and 95% done. Scuff off the little edges and then I can send it in to my buddy to re-clear coat it. Alright, so after painstakingly slowly scraping it off, everything is all done. So the big pieces are easier, but for me the sides were a pain. So there's no really shortcut to it. You just gotta slowly use the razor and scrape it off. But yeah, everything's all off. So I'll be able to bring it back to the body shop, have them maybe sand it down and then get to clear coating it.
Several days later.
Alright, so let's go ahead and head down. Everything is ready for pickup. My boy Roy just texted me saying it's good. So honestly, it's been, I want to say a few days that it's been looking like that. It looks a little janky, so I'm ready to have that piece back in the car. Alright, cold start. And my boy Roy just finished it. It looks amazing. Clear coat all done. He actually did sand it down with 800 grit, and then he did 2 passes of clear coat, 2 sprays. So yeah, looks good. Let's go ahead and slap it on. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is disconnect this piece right here, the window switch. So disconnect it, leave that on the side. And we're gonna go ahead and feed this switch piece back on the carbon fiber panel. Alright, clip it in like so. Nice clipping sound. Make sure your direction is correct. Lock, unlock, and then gonna clip it back in. Okay, and final step is just to slowly press it in. It's all held on by these little plastic clips. So you're gonna slowly press it in. And voila, all done. Everything is back in place. Looks amazing. So good. So all done. Again, big shout out to my boy Roy here at Classic Collision. If you guys need your car worked on after, you know, a collision, something like that, you need some paint work done, hit them up. So hope you guys like it. Again, it looks just like new again. I have procrastinated for a little while and I'm glad we got it done. So this can be a pretty simple DIY done at home. Like I said, you just need to take off the piece, pry off the resin, which takes a little bit of time and elbow grease, but not hard to do. You just use a razor, scrape it off, and then you can sand it down. My boy used 800 grit and followed by the clear coating it. You could do clear coat at home, 2K clear, but again, I prefer to send it to a body shop, get it done professionally so it looks nice and mint. If you guys stay to the end, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.